What is going on, Pats Nation? You guys already know who it is. Patriots Global back here with another video. And in this one, we're going to be talking about a few different scenarios that the New England Patriots could have for their offensive line this upcoming season. I think the biggest question that the squad has left is not anything about the defense and really not anything about the offense outside of the offensive line. That comes down to the biggest question about the Patriots, and really the biggest question to their 2023 success is going to be what their offensive line is going to look like and how they play out. And this one, I have a few different scenarios that I think the Patriots could have and experiment with their offensive line. And then ultimately, my final thoughts on this offensive line heading into 2023. On your way in, though, guys, please make sure you leave a big like on this video. You guys doing so isn't for looks, but it actually does something for the channel because it tells the YouTube algorithm, hey, this YouTube video, this YouTube channel is worth pushing out into the algorithm, and helps other Patriots fans and football fans find this video and helps us rank over other YouTube videos. So it would mean the world to me if you guys did that. It takes less than a second and is completely free. But I also have to give a massive shout out to my boy, Gerard Sanchez. My boy Gerard Sanchez, I gave him a community shout out, but have to give him a video shout out too. Gave a big donation over on Venmo to the channel. As we all know what's going on with this channel right now, not being monetized. We're not making anything off of this channel. It's been stressful. It's been emotional. It's been a situation we're trying to figure out on. If you want to know what happened, check out the community tab or my last video where I hit on it. Not going to do that here again, but had to give a massive shout out to Gerard Sanchez for doing so. Your donation is going to go such a long way in supporting the channel and helping this channel stay afloat and be able to make more videos all season long, at least until we hopefully are able to get remonetized in a few months. If you guys do want to donate to the channel, we have Venmo, we have PayPal. Those links are always in the description box below on where you can donate. Obviously, don't need to. Nothing is required in any way, shape, or form. But for those who have asked how to support the channel while we are demonetized, those are the best ways at doing so. But let's hop into today. So the first unit that I could see the Patriots rolling out here week one is going to be the following. And keep in mind, when I list these guys, it's going to go from left tackle over to right tackle. So it's going to go left tackle, left guard, center, guard, right tackle. So I would have Trent Brown at left tackle, Cole Strange at left guard, David Andrews at center, Mike Onwenu at right guard, and then I would have Tyrone Wheatley Jr. over at right tackle for the Patriots. Now, the good thing about Wheatley is the fact that he's played right tackle and left tackle. I know some people have said he's probably more of a left tackle, but he's obviously going to be utilized, at least with the Patriots for the time being, as a right tackle. I think that who plays right tackle very well could come down to which one of these guys that they just traded for, whether that is Low or whether that is Tyrone Wheatley. One of those guys I'm sure is going to come out week one and start for the Patriots over at right tackle. It's just going to be a question mark on which one of those guys is going to come here, get the ground rolling, and be the guy that is most efficient in practices leading up to this game against Philly. Unfortunately, we won't have any news about that. It's just we're going to have to wait and see week one because obviously the media is not allowed at this point to go ahead and look at these practices. So we're not really going to know who is taking the most snaps over at right tackle. But I would say that that's probably who you're looking at most. The Patriots obviously gave a straight up trade for Pierre Strong and Tyrone Wheatley. Pierre Strong obviously being a 4th round pick. So I think it's a little bit more value than them trading a 6th round pick for Low. But at the end of the day, they're again going to go with the guy that gives them the best possibility. I think that Wheatley is a guy that maybe isn't necessarily able to develop as much as I think Low can. But I think day one, from where they were at the time of the trade to where they're going to be at week one, I do think that Tyrone Wheatley very well could be the guy that is the most ready to start over at right tackle for the Patriots. So right now, I'm going to pin that in as my starting unit for the Patriots offensive line here week one. I don't think that Riley Reef gets those looks. He's been looked at left tackle and right tackle with the second team. As of late, the Patriots switched him to guard. So I think at this point, Riley Reef is an emergency tackle who is more going to be a guard for them. So moving on to the second possibility that I could see the Patriots going with, and that is taking out Tyrone Wheatley and then plugging in Vidarian Low. Now, one more thing about this offensive line breakdown is the fact that this isn't going to include injuries, right? Like Trent Brown could get injured at some point. Cole Strange could get injured at some point. David Andrews could get injured at some point. I would lock in Cole Strange and David Andrews being the guys that play the most at their original position. I think every other guy could be mixed around, but we are talking about what this offensive line, at least for week one and a couple weeks in, could look like, because I don't see any of our offensive line getting injured within the first couple of weeks. So the second one is going to be Vidarian Lowe at left tackle, Cole Strange at left guard, David Andrews at center, Mike Onwenu at right guard, and Cole Strange, or excuse me, not Cole Strange, but Trent Brown over at right tackle. So the reason that I have Trent Brown and Vidarian Lowe essentially switching spots is because Vidarian Lowe, like Tyrone Wheatley, is a guy that can play right tackle, can play left tackle. But with the Vikings and the actual snaps that he's seen in the regular season, Vidarian Lowe has been a left tackle. So I do think, while the Patriots will try him at right tackle, if they want to get the best out of him and what they've seen on tape, it's going to be to play him over at left tackle. I think he has the athleticism to do so. He has the experience to do so. And we already know that Trent Brown, if needed, can switch over to right tackle, something we saw him even do with the Patriots last season. So that would not surprise me whatsoever. So putting Lowe at left tackle, where I think you're going to get the best out of him, and then switching Trent Brown over to right tackle while leaving everybody else in the middle, leaves that spot for continuity. That is another potential offensive line breakdown that I could see them doing at some point this season. Now, I don't see this one happening necessarily unless the first option that we just listed goes down, whether it's just not working or whether they are dealing with some type. Real quick though, guys, I want to give a massive shout out to my friends over at BetUS, my friends who are going to be sponsoring this channel for the entire season. Guys, right now, you can receive a 125% bonus when you sign up with BetUS via my special link that I have for you guys, all right? That link is going to be pinned in the comment section below, and it's also going to be in the description below. Guys, the best thing about this 125% sign-up bonus is the fact that this is going to do more than double your initial deposit. As you can see, 125%. So for those of you who don't necessarily know what that means, let me give you an example. If you are to put, let's say, $100 down with BetUS using my special link, you will now have an astounding $225 to play, which place that on an easy bet. And even if you only make, let's say, $240 commission off of that $225 you put in, well, guess what, guys? That is literally still $245 out of the initial $100 that you put in. That is quick and easy cash. Not to mention the fact that, guys, while we are demonetized, while this channel is dealing with some very hard concerns in terms of income, the best way that we are able to keep this channel rolling is by doing our due diligence here and having a connection here with our friends over at BetUS. So guys, please support the sponsors that support the channel, because without BetUS, this channel could literally not be running right now. So if you guys want this channel to keep running, make sure you give them some love. And I actually want to share with you guys real quick, one of my favorite, as let's actually take this down, one of my personal favorite bets for the Patriots week one. We already touched upon the NFL odds that BetUS has, so we're not going to do that right now. We are going to touch rather on week one, Patriots against the Eagles. My favorite bet for this game is actually the total of the game, because right now you can bet on it either being under 45 points or over 45 points combined. So for me, this is a clear and easy under 45 points. As you can see, they're even odds. So easy money right now, bet under 45 points, because NFL offenses always come into week one not ready. Nobody ever blows anybody out. It's very rare. Nobody ever puts up the amount of points that are expected. I think the Patriots offense is going to struggle, and I think that the Patriots have an astounding defense, especially pressure, to where the Philadelphia Eagles, especially with some of the offensive line questions they have, despite being the best in the league, the Patriots defensive line is still going to get them, still get pressure on Jalen Hurts, and I don't see any of these teams putting up close to 45 points combined. But if you guys think different, then put your money where your mouth is and go ahead and bet over on BetUS using my special link again and receive a 125% sign up bonus. Thank you again to BetUS. And then, guys, the last potential way that I could see this offensive line shaping out, which would be one that I quite honestly don't mind. And I think that this could potentially be the Patriots' best option at their offensive line for the entire season. I truly do. And I know that Bill Belichick isn't too keen on doing this because it involves switching up the continuity and putting Mike Onwenu in a place that they don't believe that he certainly is. And that's switching from Mike Onwenu from guard over to tackle. And we know that Belichick and other coaches have said over the last couple years, Mike Onwenu is a guard. He's not a tackle. We view him as a guard. He's going to play guard. That's what he is. But they're in a circumstance where if this offense is going to succeed, they might have to play Onwenu at tackle because that is their best option. So with that being said, this one consists of playing Trent Brown at left tackle, Cole Strange at left guard, David Andrews at center, Riley Reef at right guard, and Mike Onwenu at right tackle. To be completely honest with you, like I said, this is my favorite one out of all three options for the Patriots. I think they're going to start the season with the first option that we talked about here, but it wouldn't surprise me that if it doesn't work out, that a few weeks into the season, because I think that's what it would take, a few weeks into the season, if this offensive line is not performing up to par and this offense cannot operate because of the pressure that's put on Mac Jones, then they could roll with this. And this is an option that apparently Belichick himself said is at least in the back of their pockets if need be. I think that Riley Reef at right guard would be the first option they go to outside of Antonio Mafi. I thought Mafi looked good this offseason, but I don't think as a rookie he's ready over a veteran like Riley Reef. Now, the Patriots also gave Riley Reef more than enough guaranteed money for him to make this roster, so you better believe that in one way, shape, or form, he better be playing along this offensive line at some point or some capacity in this upcoming season. I thought that the very limited amount we got to see, Riley Reef looked absolutely stand-outish at offensive guard, or excuse me, at right guard rather. I thought that the issues he was having at tackle did not translate to him playing guard. And for the most part, it was just preseason and it was just practice. But when he was playing at guard, he was having an absolute clean slate. And I'm talking about not letting pressures allowed, not letting sacks allowed, not letting quarterback hits allowed. And if the Patriots can allow that next to Mike Onwenu and having continuity with the other three offensive linemen to the left of them, then I think that this could very well be the best option for the Patriots. I think everything starts with this O-line. If the Patriots are going to have success, it's going to start with how this offensive line is able to keep Mac Jones protected and how they're even going to clear holes for Ramondre Stevenson and Zeke Elliott. I think that this third option with Onwenu at right tackle and Reef at right guard should be something that they are highly considering. But like I said, I do think that they very well could start with the continuity that they've had over the last, year or two at this point with Trent Brown, Cole Strange, David Andrews Onwenu, and then Tyrone Wheatley there over at right tackle. But what are your guys' thoughts on this? Let me know in the comment section below. Remember today, big like, and of course, subscribe to the channel for all of your New England Patriots news. I appreciate you guys for watching as always, and never forget, go Pats.